4-inch reach advantage. He's got 5 inches in his wingspan, but the glaring statistic, 10 years younger at age 26.
And will he be able to take advantage of that, or will Zegarra be the one to use as that experience to his advantage?
Are you ready? Listo. 8 peleas, 8 rounds.
Right away you see Axmedov coming, trying to be the aggressor. Good upper body movement by Zegarra. Axmedov originally from Kazakhstan. No wonder Triple G is his favorite fighter, along with Muhammad Ali.
Triple G is his promoter. You better say it's your favorite.
Might be wise to say that.
Exactly.
Zegarra told us his favorite fighter, Sugar Ray, and I don't know what Sugar Ray he was talking about, though. I should have asked him, but either way.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, and a guy named Mike Tyson. He started out at age 12. Didn't want to give us a prediction, but seemed to be pretty confident. Good body shot there by Axmedov. Is it me, or does Axmedov just look so much bigger?
Yeah, this is a more natural weight for Axmedov than it is for Zegarra. Like I said, turned pro, Zegarra did at junior middleweight, was a solid middleweight. Maybe pushing things physically a little bit at super middleweight, but he weighed in at 173.5 pounds. 3.5 pounds heavier than the guy who's 4 inches taller and 10 years younger. I don't know if that's a good sign. But he's got, he's a veteran, he's got a fighter's pride, and I think he's going to be, try to be crafty and pesky in there.
You could see that too. Does have 21 KOs in his 34 victories. Stopped 4 times in his career. Axmedov just has suffered the 1 stoppage loss in his 16 wins. He has 12 KOs. You can see Zegarra trying to use some of that craft. They're getting nailed with a right hand.
Yeah, he tries to sort of twist and roll away from Axmedov's right hand and come back with his own right hand.
He knows right away that he can't physically impose himself on Axmedov. So he's going to move and try to hit and run and see if he can't frustrate the younger man and maybe tire him out as the rounds go on.
He landed a nice left hook there, and it absolutely didn't even phase Axmedov.
Yeah, but he needed to land something.
Yes,
he did.
A couple of good jabs by Axmedov. Not a lot of action, but most of it, the good stuff, by Ali Axmedov in round 1. Difficult to score that first round.
That was all Axmedov. I have a feeling that Jonathan Banks' trainer is telling him, settle down. You got this, so take your time.
Certainly the good action in the first round was by Axmedov.
Yeah, he initiated everything. And there's a nice straight right.
And Zegarra answers back with sort of a cuffing right cross to the ear. Didn't really land flush. But I like that right hand because Axmedov wasn't loading up too much. He wasn't overextending with it. And that's what Jonathan Banks wants. He wants accurate punching. And he wants Axmedov, above all, to think in there.
It's amazing how many wonderful fighters come out of Kazakhstan in recent years, and Ukraine that we'll see in the main event with Boachuk.
Yeah, both nations and cultures have very strong
programs.
Yeah, programs, exactly.
Kind of like we used to be back in the day.
Once upon a time.
We had a little more success this year in the Olympics, but no gold. Unless I missed something.
No gold.
What do you think Zegarra needs to try to do here early in this fight? Certainly not lay against the ropes.
Yeah, he's a sitting duck against the ropes.
Stop. Break.
Does he have enough other, skills?
Yeah, when he's in close, I'd like to see him try to tap the body of Axmedov. Definitely get his jab going a little bit more. Axmedov likes to stalk. I know he's learning how to cut the ring off. And he's not there yet. So the lateral movement's okay, but you're not going to win a fight that way. You're just going to survive. And I hope Zegarra isn't at that stage of his professional career where he's just called in to go around, and then look for the soft spot on the canvas. And that happens. It happens to a lot of fighters. At some point, they sort of give up that dream of fighting for a world title or winning a world title, and they're like, okay, I'm going to make as much money as I can as a professional opponent. But that mentality does not make for the best fights.
Right now, he's just trying to basically survive these rounds and hang in there.
Yeah, the sneak overhand right isn't doing anything yet. So I'd like to see him try some other punches.
But he's battling a real uphill battle in more ways than one. The much younger guy, 10 years younger, the much bigger guy. So there's just a lot to overcome for Zegarra. We'll see if his experience can do it. But, with these rehydrations these days, you wonder whether Axmedov might be, right now more like a cruiserweight.
Yeah, and it's, with Axmedov, that added weight is, it just fuels his athleticism because he has a frame to carry it. Whereas you look at the bone structure of Zegarra, and he's too heavy. Oh, he ate an uppercut.
He hurt him with that shot. He's in trouble. Zegarra got hit with an uppercut and a right hand and holding on to see if Axmedov jumps on him. Looping right by Zegarra.
Oh, nice hook from Zegarra. That's what we wanted to see, some other punches. And Axmedov ran into it.
But handled it well. Kind of shrugged it off. There's some blood I saw. Was that from the nose of Zegarra?
Zagara's nose has bled from the first round. I didn't see any blood on Axmedov, or not from him. There was some blood on his shoulder, I think, but it was Zagara's blood.
Yep. Action round number 2, most of it Axmedov.
Yeah, Axmedov nice and calm between rounds, and he kept his composure during round 2. Landing accurate punches, a jab followed by a right hand. And Zegarra landed his best punch of the fight, a left hook, just as Axmedov was loading up with a left to the body.
Zegarra preparing for his 3rd round. Axmedov starts out with a few jabs. There's another nice left hook by Zegarra. Seems to be found a little success with that shot.
Yeah, maybe Zegarra hasn't settled into the professional opponent mode just yet, or not yet in this fight. He saw something, he saw an opening at the end of round 2, and he tried it again here at the start of round 3.
Yeah, I think you used the word pesky, and that's kind of what he does with these little maneuvers that he does, these little twitches, just enough to try to get out of the line of.
He just ate a nice compact 1-2 combination from Axmedov.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to use some head and upper body movement a little bit more.
He's trying, but backing against those ropes, I just don't think he has the good shots on the corner there up against the ropes by Axmedov, and Zegarra has to get off of those ropes.
Yes.
Or he's going to taste the canvas.
Zegarra is cagey, but he's not slick. He's not Pernell Whitaker, he's not James Toney, especially up against those ropes. He can block a little bit, but he's going to eat some hard shots. Our ringside guest got showered with sweat as Axmedov was teeing off in Zegarra. They're all scooting back a little bit.
That's what happens for you VIPs that want to sit ringside.
How's that for a chant?
Yeah, kind of reminds me of a guy I used to be with at the 5th Street Gym when I hear that. Chants of Ali, Ali for Ali Axmedov. And the white with a little bit of red.
Yeah.
That red is from the blood from Zegarra. He's got his back against the ropes again.
Right, Bogey, right.
Can't imagine him going the entire 10 if he just keeps that back against the ropes.
Now he's going to gradually be worn down.
Mouth open, nose bleeding, a little bit of movement. Trying to be, as you say, trying to be crafty and sneaky.
Yeah.
And
thing is Axmedov has some decent technique. He's not expert adept at cutting off the ring yet, but these are the kind of fights where he learns how to do that.
he doesn't waste anything either, you know. There was a nice 3-punch combination. That body shot was home. Look at the mouth of Zegarra.
Yeah.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
That body shot bothered him.
Agree. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Right through the ropes goes Zegarra. They need to do something to that rope there. It's too loose.
Well, they have to reattach the strap.
It's like the ropes in Kinshasa, Zaire or something.
Speaking of Ali.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the doctors are looking kind of closely at Zegarra. He's got a lot of blood coming from that mouth and nose, as we see some highlights from round 3.
They might be calling in the They might be calling in the doctor. Here's where he goes through the ropes.
Yeah, and that's just really kind of fatigue, an accumulation of punishment. His legs are tired.
He's got his mouth wide open too. I don't know if you said it was that nose has been bleeding from the jump street. Could be a broken nose.
Right, and it's hard to get oxygen in.
They're stopping
it. Probably the right thing to do.
Stop the fight.
So it'll go down. Referee, I guess it was the doctor who probably stopped the contest.
Yes, and in California, the ringside physician has the authority to stop a contest, even if the referee thinks it can continue. It's one of those rules that sets the California Commission apart from other commissions.
Thought it would go a little bit longer, but to me, it just had the look of a fight that was going to get uglier, but in the favor of Axmedov.
Did we get some confirmation?
I didn't understand a word he said.
Yeah, that was referee Jerry Cantu. He was saying it was the doctor's decision to stop the fight. Right. It wasn't the corner. It wasn't the ref. It was the physician.
Okay.
And I think the right move.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think it was going to get ugly in the favor. It was going to be really a one-sided affair.
Well, Zegarra just didn't have anything to offer physically speaking. He couldn't get any respect. Didn't have physical strength or punching power to really get anything done against Axmedov.
Right before he went outside the ropes, looked like he took a shot. And we'll take a look at this. Doug?
All right. Axmedov is walking Zegarra into the ropes. Little foot feint there. Lets loose with the right hand, and it lands right on the top of the head. Doesn't really need to shove him. So maybe that could have been a knockdown. It really was off of a punch. Boom. You know, it wasn't a clean punch. It was a punch on the top of the head. But that can scramble some neurons, Smitty.
No doubt.
That can put some cobwebs in that cranium.
Well, let's make it official with Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 3, Zegarra cannot continue. Therefore, we declare your winner by TKO, Ali Axmedov.
Well, so for Axmedov, after coming off that KO loss, good way to bounce back with his own KO win, TKO win at the end of round 3 over David Zegarra. He improves, Axmedov does, to 17-1 now with 13 stoppages. Jonathan Banks has become a pretty popular trainer.
He's kind of had a charmed career as a trainer.
Really?
Was training Vladimir Klitschko after the great Emmanuel Stewart passed away. Even when he was still an active fighter himself. So he was a fighting coach with Vladimir Klitschko, who's in the Hall of Fame. And he worked with Cecilia Brækhus, a female fighter, former undisputed welterweight champion. She'll probably get into the Hall of Fame. And now he's working with Triple G, who I think is going to be first ballot Hall of Famer.
I would say that's charmed.
That's charmed, right? Not bad. Not bad at all.
Dominant performance by Axmedov. We'll get a chance to see the highlights from the 3 rounds.
Yes, and these are one-sided highlights.
Yes.
I think there's a left hook that Zegarra landed at the end of round 1, or maybe at the end of round 2. But other than that, it was all the stalking, accurate punching Axmedov. It was more measured than he normally is. Did not waste punches. Very accurate to the body and the head. Kept his composure. But also that intensity. See, he's dialed in there. Guy likes to fight, and Jonathan Banks is trying to mold him into a boxer. And after that push down, knockdown through the ropes at the end of round 3, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, other than
for
that,
Daniel
other than
Zegarra.
that one left hook, it was one-way traffic, all going in the favor of that man right there, Ali Axmedov.
Мы вернулись в ринг. Большое спасибо моей команде. Большое спасибо всем.
Coming up, it'll be our main event scheduled for
Алла, Казахстан.
10 rounds or less.